Hello and welcome back to another makeup tutorial. Today we will be doing a green and white eye look with colorful eyebrows. So I'll be showing you how I do colorful eyebrows even though my eyebrows are very dark naturally. Let's get into it. So to start off, I am using the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Pore Minimizer Primer Base. And you really don't need a lot, just enough to get like your cheeks and nose area. That's mainly where I use it. So then I'm coming in with the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Foundation. And I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Smoky Liner Brush with this. And I'm going to be getting just a small amount of product on the tip of the brush, and you're going to work that into your brows wherever you want to add color to it. So I'm just doing the tail ends of my brows for this look, and you just need to get it nice and evenly coated. Your eyebrow hair does not need to be invisible, just light enough that some eyeshadow powder will show up, and you're going to do that to both sides. And now I'm coming in with the Revolution Earth Shadows palette, and I will be using this medium green shade. I'm going to be using the skinny end of the Urban Decay Stone Vibes brush, and I'm just going to start filling in along my natural brow shape with that green. And you don't really have to worry about any like fallout or if you misshape your brows a little bit, because we will be going in and cleaning it up with some concealer. And now that I have the general shape laid out, I'm going to be going in with this darker shade of green with the same brush and everything, just to give it a deeper color and a more defined shape. Right here you can see my cat knocked the camera over a little bit. He saw a butterfly outside and could not help himself. And now that the green is laid down, I'm coming in with my e.l.f. eyebrow pencil in a medium brown shade, and I'm working from the front of my eyebrow towards the center, being careful not to overlap the green eyeshadow with the brown pencil. And then I am going to be using the soft bristle side of the clear brow gel from Palladio to go in and soften up and blend out the brown so it's not quite as harsh and boxy. Now I am coming in with that same Mineral Wear foundation and smoky liner brush to just clean up any fallout or shaky lines on my eyebrows. foundation, I will be using the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear, and I will be mixing it with the Maybelline Dream Fresh BB Cream in the shade 140. Because my foundation is too light for my skin tone right now, the BB cream helps color correct it and bring it back up to a natural shade for my current tone. I will be using the e.l.f. blending sponge to blend this out. Usually I dampen it up with a little bit of water, but since my BB cream is a little bit watery, it didn't really need it and blends out really smoothly as well because of that BB cream. Coming in with this fluffy eyeshadow brush, I'll be using the same Earth Shadows Revolution palette, but I'm using this lightest shade of green just to kind of lay out the shape that I want for my eyeshadow. And now that that sheer green base is laid out, I'm using this medium green, and I'm more packing it on in layers rather than blending it out to give it a more vibrant pop of color. And then I will be coming in with this NYX white liquid liner. This one has actually been discontinued, but I did link the current liquid liner in the description below. And I will be starting off just making a small circle at the outer corner of my eye, and then filling it in nice and slowly. And then as I go on, I start with just a single dot and build around that to fill out the circle a little more even, and I'm getting smaller as I go. And then I'll be moving into the center underneath my eyebrow and starting out with one larger dot and building around that again. Now starting in on the other side, I'm doing the same thing, starting at the outer corner of my eye, just doing a circle and then filling in nice and slowly and progressively getting smaller as I work my way outwards. And so to clean up the excess product that I have, I'm using the ends of my tweezers You want to be really gentle doing this. You don't want to scratch the skin around your eyes. That's obviously very sensitive. So go very slow, take your time. Then I am coming in and lining that inner corner to give it more of a pop and tie all the liner in together. Being very careful not to get on the waterline or get the brush in my eye. For contour, I'll be using the Wet n Wild makeup stick. And I don't really have a set routine when it comes to contour. This is just how I do it in my day-to-day makeup. And I like to let it sit while I do my lashes. So I'll be coming in with this e.l.f. Eyelash curler, giving my lashes a good curl before I apply mascara. And you can see here, as I'm applying this mascara, I get it on the white liner and eyeshadow. So I will show you guys how to clean that up. Biggest advice, let it dry first. Don't touch it while it's wet because then it will smear and be a lot harder to clean. I'm going to immediately just start applying my lashes to the other side. I don't know what lashes these are. I bought them so long ago and immediately lost the box. But I'm using the Duo Clear Adhesive. You can see it did not want to come out of the bottle, and I did not want it to make a mess on the lashes, and so I squirted it on my finger and just used the other end of the lash glue container to apply it. You want to get it a little bit tacky so it sticks better. And then I just use the tweezers to get it as close to my natural lash line as possible. And now that that mascara is dried, I'm going to be taking my little spoolie and gently scraping it along that dried mascara to help it kind of flake off. After that, I'm using the tweezers to do the same thing that I did with the white eyeliner and just really gently kind of rub that mascara off of my skin, being very careful not to scratch myself. And then I'm bringing in this tiny little flat tip paintbrush and my Super Stay concealer from Maybelline, and you really just need the tiniest amount, and just brush that onto, not really brush, but more blot it onto that area where it's still dark from the mascara. And then with a little bit of that concealer still on that brush, I'm going to dip it in that green eyeshadow again, and just kind of refill in that color so it's nice and even. And then I will be getting my liner and filling in my dots where it scraped off with that mascara, and just going nice and slow again to avoid any extra mess or cleanup. Now that that's all cleaned up, I'm applying my lashes on this side, and again using that little corner end to clean up any excess glue, getting them nice and tacky, And then again using those tweezers to get as close to my natural lash line as possible. And now that they're both applied, I'm coming in with that same e.l.f. lash curler and just giving them each a light curl to help them keep their shape. And then I will be coming in and applying mascara to my bottom lashes, as well as putting just a small coat on the top lashes again. Now that my lashes are done, I will be using the concealer sponge from e.l.f. to blend out my nose contour. Again, I don't really have a set system. I just kind of throw it on there. And then I'm coming in with the Revolution Spirituality palette, and I'm using Core and Spirit for my blush colors. I'm just getting this fluffy brush and barely dabbing it into the color pans, and then I'm going to blot it and blend it out on my cheeks until I feel like it is to the intensity that I want it. And then I'm coming in with the Urban Decay Stone Vibes palette and the brush that goes with it. And I'm using the shade Jade just to go in and add a little more shimmer and depth to the green that I already have. I didn't have an idea, like a specific plan of where I wanted it, so I just started adding it around that outer edge of my eyeliner and gave it a more defined shape to my eyeshadow. For setting spray, I am using the Milani Make It Last 16-Hour Wear, and I just give it a nice even spray across my whole face, and I kind of just hand wave it dry so it's not super wet. And then I'm going to come in with that same little spoolie that I used earlier and just brush my brows into place while they're still a little bit damp. And then I'm using this Maybelline pressed powder to get rid of any extra shine and just blot my face. Like I said in my last video, I really like the finish that this gives. It's really smooth and soft looking. And then after I finish with the puff, I'm going to come in with a fluffy brush and just go over my face once more with that powder, get anywhere that puff couldn't, and brush off any excess product before coming in with this fan brush to apply my highlighter. For highlighter, I'm using the Maybelline Master Holographic. I know she's so busted, don't look at her. I'm using the shade 050, and I'm just going to come in and start brushing it on along my cheekbones and my bridge of my nose, as well as under my eyebrows on that brow bone. I like to use my fingers sometimes, you'll see, to just get a little more pigment and brightness than the brush likes to leave behind. And now I'm going to come in with this Wet n Wild multi-stick in the shade Green on Me, and I'm going to go along my waterline and my tight line just to add more green to my eye look. And when lining along the waterline and tight line, you want to go really gentle, go nice and slow. That skin is really sensitive and you don't want to scratch yourself or poke your eye or get product in your eye. I've done it so many times. And to finish off this look, I'm using one of my favorite lip glosses, which is Wet n Wild Mega Slicks in the shade Crushed Grape. It has a slight pink tint as well as glitter, but the glitter is not gritty and it is not a sticky or tacky lip gloss. It's really soft and smooth. And here is our finished green and white graphic eyeliner look.